So it's time for the big announcement that I have been talking about for a wee while now. For the last 6 months or so, I have been working on this project with a developer friend called Jonathan over in Canada. Basically, we are pleased to announce that we are releasing a new Scottish Hymns music player app for your phone. So we've been working on this for a while now, and really it's just a way of playing New Scottish Hymns music with the lyrics and with enhanced content and stuff like that, and accessing it on your phone. Basically, it's currently ready to be beta tested on Android devices only. We're going to bring it out on Apple devices shortly, but there's just a few more hoops for us to jump through on that one. But if you have an Android phone and you want to give it a try, then it would be great if you could help us out, and you could basically just send me your email and I will add you to the beta testers list, and you can have a little play around with it, tinker with it, see if you can break it, and help us to make sure that it's all working well. If you are interested in the backstory for this project, I can tell you a little bit more about what the motivation was for this, why I decided that this was a direction that we needed to go down. And basically, well, one of the issues that I've been facing for quite a while and trying to deal with is I feel like I'm working at a really slow rate as a musician, as a New Scottish Hymns music ministry is not moving fast enough. And I think one of the reasons for that is I'm trying to do all of the things myself. So I'm writing the songs and I'm producing them and arranging them to a degree, and then I have to book the studio time to get the musicians together, and then there's other jobs like arranging the sheet music to publish and creating some kind of lyric video for it to put it up onto the social media channels and onto our YouTube and onto our website, getting all of the stuff registered with CCLI and PRS and all the different kind of agencies. So there's a lot of admin that goes along with the writing of songs. So with that, it's very easy just to write the songs or get them half recorded and then just kind of set them aside and work on something else for a while, and do some of the easy stuff, the less kind of tedious admin side of things, or the things that I'm not particularly good at. And I think the challenge really has been that I've just felt like things have been moving a bit too slowly. I've got a lot of songs at the moment that I just haven't released yet, and that's been a problem. So I thought, well, one of the main issues with that, I think, is that if I had a little bit more financial return coming in from the New Scottish Hymns music, then I could afford to pay people to help with some of those kind of key things. So making this into a kind of business that is generating enough income to sustain itself and actually move on a pace, that's really been the challenge. And I was thinking, well, the whole nature of the music industry at the moment for independent artists, it's very much leaning towards you should just publish your music for free, put it up onto Spotify or YouTube or whatever streaming service for free, and let people discover you. And then once they've discovered you and you've got this kind of fan base or whatever, then you can start to tour and make a bit of money out of touring or that kind of thing. Now, for one reason or another, I don't think that's a very good business model. I think for the amount of time and money and just general investment that goes into a recording project, for these things to actually recoup, it takes a while. And I just thought, well, there's a real problem because at the moment, nobody really buys CDs anymore, apart from a small percentage of people still do and enjoy listening to them. But generally, even if it's at a concert, if you buy a CD, it's more to get a memento of the night and to support the artist, show your support that way. But a lot of folks, they don't want to get that kind of physical object anymore. Most people tend to listen to music on their phones. Now, there's some folks who will listen on their computer or you listen on your Alexa device or whatever. But I would say, on the whole, most music now is consumed on your phone. And the problem with that is, well, we're selling MP3s on our website, and a lot of people just don't buy MP3s anymore. One of the reasons for that, I think, is because, well, they've got Spotify. and they can listen to lots of music for free if they're a subscriber, whatever that 10 or 15 bucks a month. But the problem with Spotify and the model of Spotify is that it doesn't really pay the artists. Basically, you give your music away for free, Spotify gives you pennies in return, and none of your established fan base, for want of a better word, is incentivized to actually give you any kind of financial recompense for this. Now, I know that I'm talking a lot about finances and things like that. This is not me kind of setting up any kind of, I'm not going to be asking for donations or Patreon or anything. I'm just purely talking about this from a business perspective, because I do like to, even though this is a music ministry, I like to run it as a business. I think that if you can actually get people to give you money for what you're putting out, then that's a good marker that it's got objective value to people. And I just like that model. I like working within that kind of model. And I think with something like Spotify or putting your stuff up on YouTube, they say, well, we'll expose it to a worldwide market, and for that we'll basically pay you pennies. And I'm quite happy having Spotify and YouTube as apps on my phone, and that's great. But I don't think it's very conducive to small independent artists who are trying to make their music work as a business. So I was just kind of thinking, well, how do you get your music onto people's phones if they don't necessarily know how to download MP3s and put them on their phone? That's a little bit of a complicated process, and a lot of folks just can't be bothered with the hassle of that. So I thought, well, everybody's got the Google Play Store if they're on Android, or they've got the App Store on Apple phones. And if I could just send them a link and say, look, here is the New Scottish Hymns music app, it would kind of be like having the CD but on your phone kind of thing. So if you've just got this link on your phone, it's just something there on your homepage. You tap it and then you press play and you've got worship music coming out. I like that idea of how simple it is. You don't have to go into Spotify and search for the artist you want and then for the album that you want, or create a playlist with the particular songs. You don't have to go through all the Spotify telling you, oh, here's a playlist that you might like, or have you heard that this artist's released a new album or whatever. I just think some folks actually just want to hear some worship music, and if they like my music, then I just want to make it really easy for them. So that's the idea, and I've not seen any other artists really doing this. So I feel like I just really want to see if this works as an idea. I want to see whether, if I can actually persuade the people who like my music and who get something out of it, if I can persuade them, a significant portion of you guys who are watching this just now, and if I can persuade you guys to just download this app, and I think you'll get 5 free songs if you download it, and then any other songs you can buy. If you've already bought albums from us, if you've bought the MP3s, then you just log in and those MP3s will be on your phone as well, and you can listen to them on your phone. So it's a really easy way to do that. And also, if you buy the songs within the app, you can also have the MP3s. You can download them and put them onto your computer as well if you want. So it's a really good way to manage the music. And the cool thing about the app, I should really do another video where I actually show you the app, and I'm going to figure out how to do that and share my screen and stuff like that. But this is just to tell you a little bit about it. The cool thing about it is you can find the song, you can see the lyrics. The lyrics will kind of go along at karaoke, but not with a wee bouncing ball. So you'll just get the lyrics on the screen, and if you turn it sideways, you'll get the lyrics in a kind of bigger format as well. So it might be quite useful for kind of worship times and things like that. I just wanted to see what kind of response you guys had for it. So if you want to be a beta tester for this, that would be really great. We're hoping to have quite a short phase of beta testing so that we can just actually get it out there and get it released and get it around to everybody. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Does this sound like something, actually, I might give this a try, I might install this. Or what do you think about apps? Do you just think, oh, I'm not sure about apps, I don't trust them, or I don't think my phone has got space to install another app? And this app doesn't take up much space at all. You can use it, you can have all the music downloaded if you want, or you can just have it so that it streams and it doesn't download stuff, so it takes up very small. amount of space in your phone. So all those kind of things we've thought about. It was actually a real challenge to just try and make it simple. It's really complicated making something simple, because so many questions arise. How are we going to manage playlists, and where are we going to put the buttons, and how clear is this, and how do you handle announcements, and how do you make the visual layout of things? That's quite a challenge for me. I don't really have a great kind of graphic design background or that kind of thing. So it was all a steep learning curve, and a lot of the heavy lifting was done by my developer. I should say that, because he understands all the back end technology stuff, and it's completely double Dutch to me. So shout out to Jonathan for helping with that. If he's watching this, he's great. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And I will also post another video of me actually using the app and showing you around the app. It's dead easy to use. It's a music player app. It's not big and fancy, but it's pretty cool, and I'm quite proud of it. So hopefully you will like it. Thanks so much for listening to me ramble on about this, and I'll speak to you soon.